there. Welcome to Red State Update. My name's Zachy Bros.
And I'm Dunlap.
And let me see how much money. What does he owe? 350?
Yeah,
400, 460 million, 360 million, 80 million. I don't know.
Who owes that?
What's his name? The president, used to be president years ago.
What does he owe that for?
Well, lots of terrible things. January 6th, I think.
That's all?
He owes it for January 6th and the stealing documents. Cough it up. And bad business deals. Sexual assault. That's $83 million for sexual assault. Put that's aside. No, the 350, that's all for the real estate line, saying this cost this much and it really was this much, or this is bigger than this, blah, 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 all that.
And so
business.
he owes, who's he got to pay that to? New York?
I think.
Oh, they're just going to blow through that money.
Oh, they'll, well, right now they need help with all the, migrants there. They put that money to use.
Are they going to build like, a nice place for everybody to lie down when they get there?
I don't wish this on the migrants, but I believe, can't they just take Trump Tower? Can't they just take it in the theirs now? How much is that worth?
Can he own a building now? Does he own
can't
it?
do business. He's a real estate, but he can't do business. Him or his two lovely sons can't do any kind of business in New York for 2 years or something like that. You're probation or whatever it is. You can't make no money, do no business.
So he'll just have to earn all his money crooked through political campaign donations.
Well, sure. Yeah, right now, there's the lots of elderly MAGA people reading the check card numbers on the phone out loud to some patriot as we speak. So, I don't know how much. That's a lot of money, though.
I'm not making fun or light of this, but two things, because it's serious situations all around. But
sure.
the folks that the red states bus to New York, the migrants, couldn't they just, to help, say, like, struggling talk shows, like, isn't Kelly Clarkson in New York now? I don't think she's struggling, but, they're always standing on the corner, and like, hey, you want to go see a show, in Midtown, outside the... Jackie, have you spent much time in New York City?
No.
They stand out there, and they dressed up like Elmo or whatever, and then...
Who he is?
This is what happens in Times Square, New York City. I saw it on TV. The people dress up like costume characters, like Elmo or anime, and then there's also people standing there and go, hey, do you want to go see Kelly Clarkson's show? Do you want to be in the audience for Stephen Colbert? You want to go be in the audience for who else has one of those? Sherry Shepherd?
Yeah, I don't know all those New York shows.
Or maybe they could have them sit in the audience for Broadway shows that maybe aren't filling, aren't selling out. And it gives them something to do. Empty seats don't help nobody.
Well, yeah.
It sort of helps everybody, I think.
That's what it's called, a seat filler, right? A seat
filler.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't really help their, I would call it, plight. But everybody likes to see a show.
If things aren't going great and you need a distraction.
Maybe I should run for mayor in New York. They're probably going to need one soon, right?
Sure, yeah, I think they're saying whoever it is going to have a windfall or some money to do something with, evidently.
And here's the other thing about this is great. Okay, good. They got him. They convicted him of sexual assault. She won money for him running her down. They're paying New York tax money. He's got millions and millions of dollars, which I don't think he has. I'm confused a little bit about whether we're supposed to think he's poor or rich now.
Yeah.
Like, as people who hate Trump, I feel like a lot of us think he's busted flat, lied about all that money because he lies, or he still got a lot of it because he's so crooked he knows where to hide it.
How many times has he bankrupted it before? You know what I mean? Like, he's had money and he's not had money. He on and on. He's had a good, source of income since the president thing. You know what I mean? Like he's raking it in. But I don't know, is that supposed to go to a campaign? He's literally about to, they fired Mitt Romney as Rona, I don't know what her name was, head of the RNC. She's gone. That's Mitt Romney's niece, I think, they're related, whatever.
She gets nothing. No. She sold her soul to Trump, and all that happens is she can't go to her uncle's house for Thanksgiving.
I don't want to get off subject here, but I just want to say something real quick. Who sold their soul to Trump that has benefited from me? Let me hear somebody. Let me hear some names. Who's rolling and who's doing great? Other than even Fox News. No, they had to pay. There was $800 million on them now. There's another amount of money. If I was Hunter Biden right now, there's something else going on. Get your lawyer together, Fox News. I guarantee you, Hannity and all them, whoever else is still on there running the mouths, ain't said a word about the guy that they talked on. A whole season's worth of episodes of Hannity. He going to jail for being a lie, getting arrested for it anyway, and lying about that in particular. Hunter Biden. Fox News, they pay out. They a slot machine on lies these days, so I'd get on it.
So he was an FBI informant, this man, and he told them all this, that Hunter Biden was getting all this money, Biden crime family. They all got it from this, and they said he was a trusted FBI informant. And all that was bullshit. But what else the fuck did he lie about? How much money did the FBI pay him as a trusted informant? And he didn't know shit.
Didn't know
he was making shit up.
Yeah.
I want to be mayor of New York and an FBI informant, because you can apparently you can watch Fox News and get mad at somebody and then just text the FBI like, listen, I got some intel on this big cocked motherfucker.
Hey, watch him out. But that only lasts for so long, though, because obviously it catches up to you. Seems like it, in a way, today.
Yeah, nobody has benefited from Trump. I guess people made money, in general. I guess Fox had to pay in the end. But CNN, everybody who's made money from Trump jokes, we haven't made him money.
The Chinese company that makes those hats and shirts, they making money still, right?
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah. They doing all right. But I'm going to say the averages here, those who sold their soul, that give it all to that man, and most of them, I'm going to say, most of them ain't doing as good as they thought they would. Definitely not doing as good as they thought they'd be doing.
Well, their reward is in heaven, or in MAGA heaven, or in Florida.
All right.
So, the other thing I want to say, Jackie, is I can't get too excited about this. I mean, I know it's fun to imagine him having to give all his money away, or come up with this money, or put up a GoFundMe for all his MAGA loving. Maybe he can, as a presidential candidate, can you have a TV show like a televangelist where you go on there and beg people to give you their money?
We're gonna find out. It'll be whatever what you describe is still more entertaining than Huckabee.
That's true.
I'd watch that. Trump begging for money,
but he gives all his money away. It still just kind of feels to me like you pull Jeffrey Dahmer over and you just give him a speeding ticket. What? I mean, he could just not pay that. That's not even close to.
But he could just not ask. There's carpenters. There's several.
He ain't gonna pay nothing.
The list of people that the man has not paid. That's a long.
But this
list.
is another. It's two more on the list.
Contractors that people never got. No, this. Yeah, now two more. Yes,
it's gonna be the people who put in the Go Toilets, Go Toilets Inc. And then there's he's in Carroll, and then there's fucking the state of New York. None of them are getting paid. And so what? He can use that to go on TV and say, man, they're out to get me. Send me more money. I just don't know. I mean, yes, it's good that people are finding him guilty.
Well, yeah, our laws being somewhat just and seeing how things work, for this point, at least better late than never, I guess.
It's just, I think it's like pulling Jeffrey Dahmer over. He's done worse things.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad that you think you're going to get like $300 and send him to traffic school, but he's done worse things. And I don't know if you can even make them pay for some of those things.
Well, there's a couple of those things hopefully we're going to see some courts get worked out with, because what you said is exactly right. But at least he's the insurrection. That's a big bad thing. How much does that cost or whatever? But that's coming up, and then also stealing classified documents, sticking them in the bathroom. Those two things he's going to hopefully. We'll find out before he's elected president again. We'll see what happens with those two things. So, it may be coming. We'll see. Then next is coming up a Stormy Daniels. Now, that one ain't as serious or whatever. It's like a misdemeanor or something like that. But that one, at least be, it's going to embarrass him, because he's going to get up there and talk. I went with he had a little thing, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear none of that. But I guarantee you he don't want to hear it either, and he's going to have to sit there and listen to that for however long.
Listen, I've had some fun weekends in the past that I can't remember none of. I've gotten in some trouble with the law and had a few court dates. Never had a run like this.
No,
Never.
No.
Maybe 2 or 3 maybe, and then they start getting together and say, can we come join forces here and put this old boy up the river for a while? Nobody's going. And then, in March of 2025, you'll be on trial for this. It's kind of amazing that he has pulled off. Even on TV, when there's like a crooked mafia guy or something like that, there's only like maybe 1 or 2 trials. Well, if we don't get him here, we're going to get him next year when he comes up on the RICO. Like, now it's chaos. There's too many. You can't keep track of them.
I can't. Because, a judge a while back determined that he could be sued liably for January 6th. So you got families of police people who were, lives destroyed over that. Those lawsuits are coming eventually. That's more money that they ain't going to get, probably. But no, it doesn't make any sense. Something else that's a little weird about all this is also that he's, the front runner of the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Republican Party right now is just very unique to American politics. It's probably one of the most interesting times for what regular Republican. That don't exist no more. That's where I used to be years ago. That ain't even around no more. But right now, Putin just killed Navalny. Mm-hmm. Been killing him for a long time, but finally did it.
Is Tucker Carlson still over there?
I don't know if he's still over there. He likes it there a lot, so he could still be there. I don't know. I know
but he made it out alive, right? We know that.
Of all the people he gonna keep in, he gonna let Tucker go back. That's the last thing he got anything to worry about. He go over there and play at the shopping carts over there. Go McDonald's. He's having a big time. And, of course, people out there, anybody that sticks foot outside and says anything about Navalny, they're getting rounded up, taken to jail. So I'm glad Tucker loves it there. Love it there. Won't give Ukraine help. Republicans hold that up. Like, no, I ain't giving them no damn money. You watch. Tomorrow they'll be saying the however many billions that's going to Ukraine. You watch. They're going to be wanting to give it to Trump the next few weeks. You wait and see. Somebody's going to put something in the House. We're going to pass this, give this money, help this man out from they're attacking him politically. You wait and see. Watch. Government money. Going to give it to him.
Well, that was always kind of the thing. Oh, we got all this money to spend. Liberals and conservatives, you say.
Oh, yeah.
This. We got all this money to spend and all these wars overseas. And people ain't got enough to eat here in America. But now it'd be more like, we got all this money to spend on wars overseas, and Trump can't pay the $300, $400 million he owes New York.
Yeah.
Now, explain to me the logic in that, they'll say.
That's coming up. We'll be hearing that real soon.
I'd like to give Trump a different way. I wish there was just an easier way for him to make money without him running for president.
They could give him money all day and all night. He don't have to be running for president. Yeah, I don't know why that has to be part of it. He could totally remove it. I don't think he wants to be it now because, we can get him out of trouble. That's pretty much all he's got. He ain't got nothing else. That's it. What else is he qualified to do? I mean, what other job can he do? I mean, legally at this point, what other job can he?
Legally, maybe. I don't know.
I don't think he can't work in New York. I don't think that. I mean, just his resume. Other than being president, I can't imagine him going with the, going to any place, sit down for a job interview. I mean, they're not going to see you. They're not going to see you.
So he can't work at all in New York? Like he couldn't be on SVU or anything like that?
He can't run a real estate business, whatever he does, whatnot. So I don't think
So he could be on SVU.
They want the ratings to go up, I guess.
Maybe SVU is the only. I mean, he is a special victims unit all by himself.
What is he doing on that show? That's what I'm concerned about. I don't know if I want to see it. Maybe too close to home. I don't want to know about him on there. No.
Jackie, did you hear about what they want to do here in Tennessee?
Oh, good
The latest.
Lord. What's his latest that they want to do here in Tennessee?
Now look. This state has its problems.
Yes, it does.
We're dealing with a lot of issues here where they trying to kick all the black people out of the state government and possibly the state. They're working hard to make it impossible to get abortion. What do they want to do? Women want abortion?
You can't. You have to go out of state. Yeah, if you go out of state, we're going to put you in jail if whatever. Yeah, on and on.
We're going to talk about your mama in church.
Yep,
all of it. Trans issues, schools, vouchers.
Guns, get shot every week here in Tennessee. It's
and everybody's pretty much fine with it.
Yeah, well, it's just what it is.
It is just what it is.
Yeah.
And yes, all those issues must be addressed. But I have something I would like to talk about that is, I won't say more important, but I'll let you work out your own numbered lists. But you're going to see what I'm talking about. When I say this to you, people who are not from Tennessee, you're going to go, what in the hell? Is this a made-up land of torture you live in? Sort of. There's two state senators who want to outlaw cold beer, the selling of cold beer in little markets. They would come into your market, Jackie, if you still ran it.
Unplug all the coolers.
Unplug all the coolers.
Unplug, it'd be a mess in there. The ice would melt. Everything else, I'd be mopping that up, or I should say, you'd be mopping that up for weeks, I'd say, that if you just unplug all that, just willy-nilly like that.
The bill was introduced on January 31st by Representative Ron Gant, Republican of Piperton. You ain't got any problems in Piperton, Ron Gant? You dumb motherfucker.
Hey, watch
you
your
ain't
mouth.
got something to look into in fucking Piperton?
Watch your mouth.
Instead, you just want to get rid of all the cold beer? Cold beer! It's even a thing people say, cold beer.
Cold beer, it's all I said all my life. I rarely in my life have ever said the word beer without saying the word cold before it. And I'm going to say it right now, cold beer.
And Senator Paul Rose, Republican of Covington. Listen, Paul Rose, tell me what's happening in Covington. Is anybody on pills or meth there? Are there any pills and meth going on in Covington? Or is it somehow been spared miraculously? Having any problems? Is it heaven on earth? Has maybe the Lord looked down on Covington and seen such good Christian folk? They said, you know what? They don't have to die. I'm just going to let them have heaven down there. No problems. So you have enough time to stick your dick nose into everybody who wants to drink cold beer. It's business.
And that's a lot of people's.
That's most people.
I'm going to say I'd go so far to say 89 to 90% of the great state of Tennessee.
And now, Jackie, they were saying it's so that they can put a damper on drunk driving. Because, when I'm drunk driving, I run into the convenience store, get a Coke. Well, actually, I do. That is actually true. I would run, if you run out of beer and then you run into the store,
you're getting more of it.
You're going to get more. Yeah, that actually tracks. But still, I don't start off like that.
Well, no.
Sometimes I go to Kroger first. What are you going to do with all that space when you shut down the coolers of beer? You think they're going to put Bibles in there?
That was the whole end of my market. That was the whole end of it. You would take off almost half of it because it was cold beer. You walk in cold beer freezer toward the end. Yeah.
You going to put the chips in there? No. That's where the beer goes. What about all the beer caves in Tennessee where you walk into a whole room? A refrigerated room of beer. Hot summer days, sit your ass on one of them 12-packs. Get feeling nice and frigid up in there.
You spend a lot of time in it, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hot even in wintertime. It always feels good to me to walk into a beer cave in a store. What do you think what are they going to do with that? Like Buc-ee's.
You could go in to any liquor store and get your pint or whatever it is you want and guzzle it down. It don't matter what temperature it is on. Well, some of it
might. You can go to Mabco and get a cup of ice.
Yeah, well, if you want, yeah, you can. But beer, I know beer don't taste, I don't like ice in my beer. I never did.
No,
I've seen people do that. I don't know what's wrong. It isn't. I don't understand it.
That sounds like something that Ron Gant of Piperton would drink. Listen, I'll tell you something else. I'll drink a warm beer. You think I won't go in there and drink a warm beer just out of fucking spite?
Hey, watch your mouth.
Listen, I don't drink. I was just kidding before when I said I drink drive. I don't drink drive.
Not anymore, anyway.
If I did, though, there's plenty of ways to get cold beer. You just have to do a little planning ahead. Just go to the store, put some in the refrigerator. You don't have to start drinking it on the way home. It ain't a fucking pizza.
Hey.
You can wait till you get home to drink your beer. You don't have to. I mean, sometimes you want a mellow ride, but I don't do that anymore or ever. Listen.
Well, you've been arrested for it at least twice. One got you, the 3 times you were arrested for 2 DUIs, and then a third time you managed to get, the first time I think was reckless driving.
What is the difference between DWI and DUI?
I think it's the same, isn't it?
Did they just change it? Because I feel like I got arrested for one of each.
DWI, DUI. Which one do they use now? That's the same thing, isn't it? Under the influence or with what is it? Driving with.
Jackie, I grew up in the age of Nancy Reagan, Just Say No, and Mothers Against Drunk Drivers.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder, Don't Drive Drunk.
Yep.
It's not a laughing matter.
No, of course it ain't. No, people die, yeah.
It ain't funny for us to sit here and make jokes about it. But they are still not as big of jokes as Senator Paul Rose of Covington and Representative Ron Gant of fucking Piperton. They also said they come backed off of this now. They said, well, we don't want to cause any problems for law-abiding citizens. And that's not the Republican credo, first of all. Oh, we don't want to cause problems for law-abiding citizens. If they say that, it's just so that they can change the laws.
Pretty much.
Like, no, well, if you abide laws, we ain't going to cause no problems for you. Either the laws on the books or the laws as we wish them to be in our heads. What was I going to say, Jackie?
I don't know.
I had a few of these cold beers before I got in here.
Drink them while you can. They're backing off, but still you never know.
Oh, that's right. They're backing off of them, and they're saying, we didn't want to law-abiding citizens or businesses. Can you imagine? They got a call from every Dodge's General store in the fucking state. There's not a convenience store that didn't call these two idiots up and go like, you can come pry the cold beer cooler out of my dead fucking hands.
Hey, watch them out.
Yeah, these strike me. I don't know. I didn't look them up beforehand or anything, but they strike me as the kind of politicians that are also preachers, like preacher politicians.
We got a lot of those here in Tennessee these days.
I'm a preacher, but I'm also a state senator.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Who gets paid more? I guess it depends on how big your church is.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
I just can't believe they thought they could get away with that. What's either are they just Christian preacher busybodies who wanted to get rid of Colbert in the state of Tennessee, which is like fucking, you're going to turn us into one of those states where you have to go like line up like on True Detective Alaska when you have to go to the damn liquor store and line up and they like stamp your papers or some shit. Like Utah. You want Tennessee to be fucking Utah? Keep it up.
Watch your mouth.
And not without the natural parks that we turn back over to private land. And when you turn those parks to private land, you want to have some convenience stores, some travel centers, a pilot that you can whip into and get you some cold beer. I just don't understand what they thought they were doing. I don't know if they're just Christian busybodies or what's the money angle on this? Who would they get? Who would pay them?
I don't know who benefits from
There's
that.
no legal pot.
No.
Are they just like? Is there a pill company? I mean, besides drug companies, I mean, like, are the drug companies paying these two to get rid of the beer? Are they? Who's? Is it like CBD drinks? Like, who is? I always get confused. CBD. Sometimes it's Charlie Daniels Band. CDB.
Yeah.
CBD.
Yeah. And then Elvis take care of business.
Elvis take care of business.
TB. Yeah.
Now,
TB.
also some confused people like Elvis. He probably you don't need to whoop in there and get that cold beer and just let it put it in the refrigerator. You get to it when you want to. President Nixon, I'd like to be on the cold beer task force. That's Elvis, but then he'd go like he couldn't walk through the door. That's probably these two. Listen, I'm not accusing anybody of having pill addictions.
It's awful, yeah.
But this sounds like the handiwork of two pill popping, strung out idiots.
I can't think of anything else that makes somebody behave this way.
It has to be pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
I mean, where would they? All this does is make people not have money. The people who own the stores. The people who buy beer. Well, I guess the beer causes them not to have money.
Well, yeah.
That's true. That's also true.
Beer takes some of that. In moderation, you can have moderation cold beer. You don't have to buy the whole thing,
I got it. They're not idiots. They're geniuses.
What?
They're geniuses.
What do you mean?
I'll bet you Bud fucking Light.
Hey.
Was like, we got to get everybody back on our side. So we're going to pay these two idiots to say we got to get rid of cold beer.
Well, hey, Trump already said Bud Light's good. We can like him again.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. I know you try not to listen to him that often, but he come out and said, it's okay. It's Bud Light good beer. So Bud Light, you're in the clear now. Kid Rock, they all drink it. Everybody likes it now. It's fine.
What the? I can't. That just made everything crazy.
There was an angle, but no, Trump give back. Maybe that's why they're backing off of it. Maybe that's what it is.
I mean, I guess, you know what? I'm just going to go with Christian busybody because I can't. Who's making money off of throwing raped teenagers into jail for having abortions or Googling where abortion get? Or what? Or driving across with a pregnant lady who's like having second thoughts. Who like maybe you're driving to Kentucky with a lady who's like, I don't think he's the one for me, but I got pregnant. Oh, what are you gonna do about it? Huh? I'm just talking out loud. They could arrest you for that.
But probably, yeah.
No money. I don't know who's getting paid with that angle. But they still gonna do it. I don't know who's making money off of damn...
Church makes money, tax-free money off of both of those things you mentioned. If you were unaware of that, I don't know if you knew that. Now some churches good, they do right by the money. I can't speak for all of them. And I ain't even gonna get into denominations.
People used to only drink hot coffee.
Oh, yeah.
People used to say, cold coffee tasted like warm Pepsi.
You never saw signs that said cold coffee nowhere.
No.
It was hot coffee, steam coming out the cup. That's what you want. Yeah.
Even on a hot morning, you just like, let me scald my tongue before I get to work.
Just like you see Tennessee, state Tennessee, how many signs? They put sign business people out of business if got rid of Colbert. That's the signs everywhere you go. See as many Colbert signs, you're going to see Trump signs in this state.
See Rock City, get a Colbert.
Colbert.
If we can turn as a nation to cold brews and iced cappuccinos, why the fuck can we not start drinking warm beer? I'll drink warm beer and drive to Piperton and throw all my empties out on this motherfucker's lawn.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Have you ever driven to Piperton?
Where?
I don't know where it is.
Where's Piperton, Tennessee?
Hell if I know.
What's that near? I don't even know what part of Tennessee the Piperton is.
It's near self-righteous assholes.
Hey.
For one thing.
All right.
Piperton, Tennessee. I'm going to look it up right now, folks. This is, now we're going to
wherever it is, they got no business telling me what temperature any beverage of mine can be.
Can you? That's what's going to happen now. The cops, like, they ain't got enough to do. We beating people and yanking them out of cars and throwing teenage pregnant girls in jail. Barring Justin Jones from the, from houses of government.
Yeah, they're going to be pulling you over, putting a thermometer in your open beer. See, where'd you get this?
Yeah. They'll come in your house and do it.
Yeah.
It starts with just, don't drink and drive without cold beer, and then they'll just be coming in your house.
Y'all keep all that in Piperton. Thank you so much.
It's in Fayette County, Tennessee. Population was 2,263 in the 2020 census.
Somebody needs to tell those people to vote differently.
Oh, listen to this. This is right here on their Wikipedia. Today, USA Today in 2007 cited, remember when USA Today would say something and people would like write it down and talk about it? USA Today cited the National Motorist Association when it listed Piperton as one of the worst cities for speeding tickets across the USA.
See, that's where it starts there. What else can we do?
You know what? We ain't. And plus, they know that the stores won't take them out. They'll be sitting in there with coolers of them. And then they'll come in and bust them. Like they got the gambling machines and they got everything else they busted those stores for. Unless the cops are in there doing it.
Hey.
And then they're going to go in there and write you a ticket for having a cooler. Probably you have one of them little mini refrigerators behind the counter, and people come in and say, you got a cold Stroh's? They still make Stroh's?
Stroh, I ain't seen Stroh beer in a long time. And they still make beer commercials. I guess I don't see commercials no more because you put it on the flicks or whatever. Of course, commercials are all going to be on there now too. But I miss a beer commercial where there's a dog having fun, doing things you shouldn't, granted. Or a horse marching. I like those marching horses. Mm-hmm.
Well, remember all the beer commercials where it's hot as hell? And all the girls in their bikinis just dripping.
Swimming pool, yeah. Spud McKenzie swimming, yeah.
And then, shit, it's too hot out here. How we gonna party? And then somebody says, I got it. And they open a cooler. Ice. The cold steam of ice gets released into the air.
Yep.
And they open a beer, go shh. And then everything's ice.
Everything's ice everywhere. Bud ice. Bud, what is
Bud
it?
Ice.
Bud ice. That's Bud ice, yeah.
And then the girls in bikinis, maybe one of them's got a coat on. And it's like, well, we're going to party Bud Ice style now.
Yeah.
That commercial wouldn't even make sense if these people had their way.
No, wouldn't make sense at all.
What I mean, Handmaid's Tale is bad. I'm not saying it's not bad. I'm not saying that taking cold beer away is as bad as Handmaid's Tale, but it's a stop along the road. It's a stop along the road. I can see damn old Joseph Fiennes saying like, what do they need the cold beer for? They want it. You get mad when they want to ban giant soda pops in New York. I can only imagine people must have been mad as hell at this. This is about the dumbest thing I ever heard come out of Tennessee. And we did a whole thing on a dude at Kid Rock's bar slinging his colostomy bag around.
Well, while we're on the subject of Tennessee, also, we need to congratulate we're from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. They had to pay $500,000. ACLU. I don't know if you remember this. Murfreesboro always making us proud, getting in the national news. Said basically made homosexuality illegal, or displaying it is illegal in some way, trying to shut down the Pride parade or gathering or whatever it was. And no, sure enough, they got sued for it. So yeah, with the next Pride is going to be one hell of, if they put this money to use, it's going to be one hell of a Pride festival here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I hope I got cold beer.
They got a half
still left in town.
They better have some cold beer at their Pride event. They got to get $500,000. They're going to put on a hell of a time. Better anyway. I'm looking forward to it.
Listen, we talk about damn Tennessee. We run it down because of all the bad things that happen. We need to take a minute and talk about all the good things in Tennessee. The beautiful rolling green hills of Middle Tennessee.
Yep.
The Smoky Mountains.
Oh yeah,
Dollywood, beautiful.
Dolly Parton herself. Yeah, she lived here. Yeah, Dolly.
Beautiful.
Nashville, Ryman Auditorium, Grand Ole Opry.
Oh,
yep.
well, no, but that girl, Elle King, she cussed. She started cussing. Did we talk about her?
She drunk.
The more I think about it, the cooler I think she is. People get mad at her, but I'm like, hell, that's outlaw.
Well, that's country music. It used to be at one time. Yeah, she did more there than they ever let Hank Williams do. Yeah.
And Dolly Parton, she's like, well, let's not be mad at her. You need to be forgiven. It's like, Dolly Parton ain't going to get mad at you. You can stand on the Grand Ole Opry stage and cuss, God, I love fucking Dolly.
Hey.
And everybody in the audience be like, we drove in from, Piperton for this show. They get all mad. Dolly Parton, well, let's just forgive and forget. She picked the right tribute show to be at.
If you're going to be drunk, raising the hell, and most other, they grab hold of you, throw you out the front door. Dolly Parton, they ain't going to treat you that way. No.
We got the beautiful springtimes and autumns. What else we got in Tennessee that's real good?
Horses,
Shelbyville.
Yeah.
Cooking
here in Murfreesboro, largest cedar bucket ever was.
Yeah,
in the world. You travel the world over, you ain't gonna find a cedar bucket this big. No, sir.
Friendly faces, warm handshakes.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
People do everything in the world for you.
Hey, Tennessee 3, they're doing all right.
Yeah.
They try to kick them out every week, but just so be it. They're hanging in there strong. We're supporting them. They're good. I like him. Yeah.
I hope they start showing up in disguises. Like tricking them.
What?
Well, you're not Justin Jones, are you? And they do little voices like, no, sir. I'm here. I'm just servicing these vending machines. And he changes out of his coveralls. He's like, gotcha. Gotcha. And listen, they're talented. I mean, like, they're good.
If they want to do it, they
can do it. That's what I'm saying.
Just throw the sneak Joan Baez in there. Nobody put a mustache on her. Get it in the middle of the floor singing a song.
They would flip out.
Yep.
Ron Gant and Piperton. I mean, he'd be, is the church open? Open it up. I got to get in there and pray on my way home. First of all, do these state senators live where they come from, or do they go up there and just mess around and yell
Well, there's a whole thing about Sexton never lived where he's supposed to be from, all that stuff. But I don't know.
So I guess what happened is these two idiots got homesick for Piperton and whatever the other one was, and they're like, how can I bring Piperton to the rest of the state when I'm out here in this city of sin? And they're like, well, we get rid of the cold beer. Like, that's right. Well, it used to be kind of a scandal back in the day. The churchier things were back in the day. Drinking was kind of frowned on.
Sure.
I mean, cool people did it, but if somebody saw you, he was that restaurant serves alcohol.
Yeah,
like in these small
Sunday,
cities.
you couldn't sell beer. You don't sell beer on Sunday. God, no, sir, no.
Do they even the stuff with stores? Stores couldn't sell.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they can't. Like, everything I get is either from a liquor store or from the cold beer section. Used to be from Jackie's, but now I got to go other places.
Yeah, you can't work forever, can you?
I like to pull up on one of them package stores. Now, what about that? What if you have a drive-through, a beer joint package store, and you don't let people come inside, can you have a cooler in there and just hand it to them from the window?
I mean, if you're not supposed to have a drive-through, but I guess you could. Yeah, you could do it. Well, they did have drive-throughs, didn't they? Where you get drive-through, get your beer, right?
Yeah, I've been to.
Yeah.
And they give you a lollipop to take home to your kids.
Well, yeah. Give them something.
One of them cheap-ass ones like the banks give you.
Either way,
you get them fucking cheap-ass lollipops from a damn banks and beer joints. They'll package stores. Sell you that beer and give you like a cheap-ass sucker. What were we talking about? Listen, keep your beer cold. You're soul free. And you brains. You got some, what?
Brains, I don't know. Brain, keep
occupied.
Keep your brain occupied. There you go, occupied.
So that you don't
idle hands.
Slide into dementia.
What am I going to do? Idle hands. You keep your brain occupied. Keep your hands occupied. That way you won't be looking for stupid ass, excuse my language, things to do, like getting rid of cold beer. I tell you what. Who needs to take a trip up to Piperton there is that Phil Williams. Channel 5, you need to get in the car. The way you handle the politicians in this state, I really wish you'd get up to Piperton before get to the bottom of this.
That's some boss hog shit. It doesn't even make sense. There must be a way of making money off of it, but like he would explain it to Roscoe and it wouldn't make no damn sense.
Yeah.
Like we passed this. We passed the dry counties. We ain't going back. Oh, Toby Keith died.
Oh, yeah. Rest in peace, yeah.